language. You have some words in English that sound French, like déjà vu, for example. If you speak to a French person, déjà vu is English actually. It sounds more English because the French that English is based off is not necessarily the French that you would hear in Paris. That is known as what? Yeah, yeah. And you wanna know the funniest thing is? The funniest thing is, you know, when people curse and like, pardon my French, most swear words are English. All of those words are English. If you ever go to a German person, never swear at a German person. They'll understand every word you say. I'll give you an example. The word Mutterficker. What do you think that is in English? Exactly. And Scheiße is shit. That's yeah. Yeah, and 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 yeah, no, yes, yeah, yeah. When you're talking about it's basically French, like Parliament. That's a French word. There's a whole bunch of words we use today that is French. Like for example, though, yeah, 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 no. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say most of our words. I would say 30%. And the whole thing is, compared to the rest of the Germanic languages, French is very butchered too. That's what they didn't tell you, that French actually has more Germanic words in it than any other. That's why a Spanish person, a Portuguese person, you'll know when they're speaking Spanish and Portuguese, they don't sound nothing like French, do they? Yeah. Yeah, it's a Romanist language. That's what I took my minor on. His, I know because no, you know you know why you know you want to know the reason for that, because I'm actually trained in. The reason why I do that is because there was a convention where they would take certain things from Latin or Greek. Holy shit, that thing was fucking me up. Holy hell, you big giants. Yeah. I need to get back all that goddamn health from this son of a bitch. Yeah, the main reason why those words are classified as that is because that is the convention that they used. Like for example, the scientific name of everything is like T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and whatever. Yeah, and yeah. On yeah. Like, that's because those guys are goddamn hipsters. That's the main reason. It's a bunch of hipsters that are like, ooh, Latin sounds cool. I wouldn't necessarily say that, because the last 300 years have, let's basically say the last 800 years has been very Germanic focused. But the whole thing is, Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well. Except for mom and papa, those are not Germanic words actually. No, no, no. Mother is the Germanic one. Matter of fact, if you actually knew Germanic, Star Wars was hilarious. Because guess what? Darth Vader. It's actually Dutch for is Dark Father. Yeah. But yeah.
遠慮しておくわ。それにデスクワークも意外と悪くないのよ。あやも今度こっちに回ってみる？
Until you get to the swear words, because that is all English. Yeah, the whole thing is language is very how can I say it? It's very complex because the reason why French sounds different from all the other Romance languages is because they're kings. They're kings before the place was known as France. It was known as Francia, and the language that they spoke is actually Dutch. Like Charlemagne, he didn't speak French. He spoke Dutch, so a whole bunch of French words actually have some German things to it, and the Romance that we take in English, that is based off of that's based off of how could I classify that one? Oh, Anglo-Norman. Anglo-Norman is actually French mixed with Norwegian. That is what. Does Romanian sound romance to you? Because Romanian actually is. That is what. That's. You never. Romanian is a very messed up language. It is kind of like French. You know, people. Yeah. Yeah, that's because they're Slavic languages. That is Slavic for you. Slavic is a completely that one is problematic because you got 5 different versions of Slavic languages. Because Greek is kind of related to Slavic, but it's not. If you really yeah. Oh, yeah. If you really want to know how the Vikings thought, there's actually only one country where you can actually still hear it. Iceland. You know, Norway's Germanic is actually closer to ours than. Oh. Those ones have been more anglicized, has been more Latinized than the others. Well, I wouldn't necessarily. Greenland speaks Icelandic. But then again, if you heard of Icelandic person speak, you would be surprised how much English is derived from that, because you know that about three kings of England were actually kings of Denmark. You know that, right? Three kings of England, because England was very close to those places, and they're basically all the same place. All the quote unquote Germanic countries, they're all very culturally related. And when you sit down and think about it, some people are like, that sounds a bit like. Not look at it. Yeah, look at. Not only that, just look at religion. Most of the European countries, they're either Eastern Orthodox or they're Roman Catholic, except for every single Germanic country. They're all Protestant. Yeah, Germanic is a messed up. It is the least related of the so-called Indo-European languages. But yeah, the whole getting back to them crazy Persians. You heard of the Indo-Aryans, right? Those are the Persians. Some of them went south, they became India. Some of them went back west, those became Iranians. Some of the Iranians went west, went northwest, northeast, northwest, one of the two, and those are the people who we know as the Afghans. Because Afghan is actually Persian, but they call it Pashto or whatever. But that's a the those, and not only that, the what you call it, the Turks, the Turks, they speak Turkic, and Turkic started someplace off the coast. Turkic is actually more close to Manchu. I'm not sure if you know the Manchu language. Yeah, yeah. You wanna know something really funny? Native Americans, Native American is actually related to those languages as well, because they and Native American shamanism, it's the same damn thing. And then when you look at them, but the whole thing is Native Americans have kind of changed a bit, because the whole Ice Age thing. That's why there's two Native American populations. They're the Native Americans, and then there are the Eskimos, the Inuit, all those other people. If you look at the Inuit and if you look at a Mongolian, you won't tell the difference. The only way you'll know a difference is when they start talking to you. One will sound completely weird to you, and one will sound a bit familiar. Oh, Japanese are ja, ja, it's in a completely different. Like, the closest one is Korean. No, don't tell the Japanese and the Korean that they're the same damn people. Way, way back in the day. Where do you think the people from Japan came from? Because the native people of Japan did not look like that. Yeah, yeah, the Japanese people, they left Korea way, way, way long ago. and then they became their own